So welcome to Sigon. Look at all the bikes. I thought we'd seen everything when we were in China.
Now how naive was I? There was a household fridge. There were 5-metre long reinforcing rods tied to a frame above the rider's head and trailing along the road behind. But the best of the lot was a roller shutter door sticking out 1.5 metres either side of the bike. Now this lady with the black skirt demonstrates how to cross the road. Don't look right, don't look left, just keep walking straight.
Today we're visiting the Chu Chai tunnels. With over 200 kilometres of soil to be removed from these tunnels, the big problem was then where to hide it, so the Americans didn't see these great mounds of soil where they've just been dug out from the tunnels. The solution? To simply backfill all the bomb crater holes that the Americans had dropped.
You don't want to do that? No.
Oh, it's a bit tight, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It'll be a lot easier by the time I come back.
You got
Australia.
Yep. That's well done.
Oh,
Further to the back as well. Further to the back. Here we go.
oh, very good.
You're gonna come and hug.
Right, I was trying to see if there was something to get my feet onto, but right, 1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Oops, all your belt.
At this point I fear I'm about to lose my trousers. At least I still have my dignity intact. There's a whole range of man traps designed to maim or kill. As diabolical as these man traps are, we need to keep in mind the extent of the bombing that occurred. The total tonnage of bombs dropped on Vietnam exceeded those dropped on Germany, Italy, Japan in the Second World War. After all this time, there's still vast areas of Vietnam and Cambodia in particular where the mines have still got to be cleared.
Now this is one of the numerous bomb craters, so you can imagine how much soil could be pushed into this. Now we're going down through one of the tunnels which has been enlarged for the Westerners so we can get through it. And this is the underground kitchen, connected to pipes which dissipate the smoke several hundred metres away.
Reading from the information provided, the tunnels of Chu Chai are an immense network of connecting underground tunnels located in the Chu Chang district of Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon in other words. They are part of a much larger network of tunnels that underlie much of the country. The tunnels were used by the Viet Cong soldiers as hiding spots during combat, as well as serving as accommodation and supply routes, hospitals, food and weapon cache, and the living quarters for the numerous North Vietnamese fighters. This area in blue shows the location of the airport used by the Americans during the offensive. There are well over 200 kilometers of tunnels around this area. Now this diagram shows the tunnels and the different levels that they had, with traps to catch any unwary visitor who comes in. They've also got doors that block off sections so that they're protected from ventilation shafts which come up under areas around the embankment so they can't easily be seen. Our next spot was the War Museum, called the Reunification Palace. It was built on the site of the former Norodom Palace, which was bombed during the war. It was rebuilt by a Vietnamese and was the home of the president of South Vietnam. But it's probably remembered best of all during the fall of Sigon, when the North Vietnamese army tank crashed through its gates. This morning we set off for the province of Ben Tri. It's situated along the mighty Mekong River. Although primarily rural, the Mekong Delta is a densely populated area where life progresses around its fertile banks. The Mekong Delta is the 13th longest and the 10th largest river by volume alone, and the people live, trade, travel and even go to school on the river banks. The rice, which is cultivated in this many farming lands, is said to be enough to supply the entire country. For lunch today we're going to get a demonstration as to how to prepare cold vegetable rolls, which didn't exactly excite us right at the start. However, once you taste them, they really are beautiful. That fish and vegetables and rice. I think the secret is in the sauce. So now it's back to town, and guess what? One of the tourist markets. We're going to see far too many of these before the trip's over there.